England fans, are you ready to do it all over again next year? Because it's official now. The Lionesses have qualified for the World Cup in Australia and New Zealand with a 2-0 win over Austria tonight. Let's go to Courtney Sweetman-Kirk, who's watching it for us. Courtney, good news then. England qualify. Not that it was ever really in any doubt. That's 9 wins from 9, 70 goals scored and none conceded in this qualifying campaign.
Yeah, as you say, it was very much expected, but you've still got to get over the line, get the job done. It's a weird time to be playing this type of game. The WSL starts next week, so, you know, majority of these players are in pre-season, and I think you could tell that sort of by the game. It lacked a little bit of quality at times, but as I say, the most important thing is they got the job done, and you know, those stats you were reeling off about the 70 goals, the 9 clean sheets in the 9 games, it's fantastic in terms of that qualification. And also, since Serena Wiegmann took over this time last year, they've still not lost a game, so what a wonderful statistic that is. And going forward, they play Luxembourg at Tuesday at the Britannia Stadium, so that'll be an exciting game for them, just to sort of, I think now the pressure's off, and again another game, sort of match fitness under their legs. It will be a good game for everyone to watch, and again in front of the England fans at home, I'm sure that we'll have a packed crowd to see that. And as you say, the most important thing is that, you know, next year they'll be on the plane to Australia and New Zealand, and hopefully, you know, we've got the Euros in the bag. Why not the World Cup?
Well, absolutely, Courtney. That's exactly what I want to ask you about, because England surely go into this as one of the favourites in many people's eyes, probably the favourites. Where do you stand on that?
Yeah, without a doubt, they're right up there. I think the USA will always be a tough test. Germany will be right up there again. Obviously, we beat them in the final, but no Alexandra Popp on that occasion, which I think was a massive loss for Germany. I still think we would have gone on and won it, but maybe would have changed the complexion of the game ever so slightly. So, yeah, without a doubt, that they'll go in there very strong favourites. It was interesting to see today in terms of, we've had the retirement of Jill Scott with Ellen White, who was so regularly leading the line, and Alessia Russo, she scored her 9th goal today in 14 appearances. So we've got a young squad in that sense now, and especially such a young player leading the line, it's going to be massive for her. So it'll be interesting to see how, you know, players such as Ella Toone, Alessia Russo will sort of now start to evolve, and they have a year to do that. But you know, equally, we've got a fantastic squad. Nikita Paris coming off the bench was fantastic, one of those more experienced players, and the same with Beth England. So there's so much to look forward to with this England squad. And as I say, there'll be a bit of an evolution, but still lots of experience that will take them forward into the World Cup. And it will be so exciting, and you know, hopefully we'll be in the final, go and win it. Yeah,
absolutely. There's a very competitive WSL season coming up, Courtney. Do you expect this England team to change too much over the next year or so until we reach the World Cup finals? The starting 11 today was very, very recognisable in terms of the one that went through the Euros, minus, of course, Ellen White and Jill Scott from the bench. Do you expect it to have the same sort of 11 to 15 players?
I think it will be very, very similar today. Frank Kirby and Chloe Kelly aren't in the squad due to injury, little niggles that they've got. So I would imagine that they will be in the squad for sure. But in terms of who takes up that number 9 role, you've got probably a little bit of more experience within Beth England within that squad. But obviously, in terms of the matches played throughout the Euros, the goal she scored ever so recently, Alessia Russo is probably the forerunner for that. And we know in terms of Wiegmann, she likes that consistency within the squad. We didn't see it change much at all, really, within the Euros. We always saw a very, very similar starting team and then players coming off the bench. The only sort of shock maybe that wasn't expected today was Alex Greenwood starting, but again, she was, you know, very accomplished, and we know what we'll get from her. Fantastic delivery, played a big part in the first goal. So I would expect that we won't see many changes, although it was great to see Lauren James for her debut today. A big season for her. She's, you know, she got that big Chelsea move and not managed to play as many games as she would like due to injury, and I think Emma Hayes has done a fantastic job of managing her at her young age. So, you know, we might see a couple of players like that start to, if they have a very good season, make their way into the squad, because I think Wiegmann is very good at that in terms of she will play players in form. But in terms of the nuts and bolts of the squad, we won't see many changes, I wouldn't expect. OK, Courtney, we're looking forward to it already. England qualify for next year's Women's World Cup. Courtney, thanks for your company. Speak to you soon.